What is up? What is up?
What is happening, my good
dude?
My good brethren.
Well, you know, I was on the wrong background, so you know, I got that going for us already to start off the day.
It's fine.
So you know, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, what does it matter? You know,
everything's fine.
Of course, absolutely. You know, here we are. Look at that lovely beast behind you right there.
Yeah, that's old Chad Square Body Stuff's Daily Driver. I thought it'd be a good background. It's got the scenic sky and all that.
It's a fun tie-in, dude. Otis is wearing me out right now. You can't see him right here, but he is like, I don't know what. He's in like pet me mode. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do a thing here.
Yeah, can we do that later?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So how are you, dude?
Man, I am quite well. They have finally broke ground on my shop.
Ooh, nice.
Excavators here destroying my property all day today. And should have moved the truck out of the shop. Didn't think that they would dry cut the concrete that they were going to chip out, but they did.
Oh, so I see.
Like Tony Matata had a party in my shop.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. It's good. It's good. But
yeah. Well, you know.
Forward progress.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, everybody wants as much, concrete dust on their rides as possible, right?
Yeah, that's usually what I strive for.
That's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. To everybody that is joining us already, awesome. Scott Malpass, I love this. I wish Flow Racing had a jazzy song like this. That is awesome. Or that they didn't charge you money to watch drag racing on, line. There's that too. As Barn says, because they're clowns. So I, Barnalicious, love you very much. Neil Sabo, of course. Rodney Mason in the house. Yes. Otis wants chicken. Dude, I have, I am telling you, I have had like the interesting week. PRI, of course, which we're going to talk about a little bit. I know you didn't get to be there. We're going to have to fix that for next year. I'm just saying right now, like without fail, next year, you're coming.
I'm going to be there next year. I am not going to miss that again.
No, because I won't tell you how little money it would have cost you to be there, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. But
yeah, please refrain from any of that. I've had my feelings hurt enough today.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Thanks.
Okay, so the new shop. So they're expanding it.
Yeah, mine. Yes, they're expanding the shop. Yeah, we're not gonna do the original plan. I've changed it up, and it's gonna give me an extra 15 feet.
Nice.
My 30, and then I'm gonna work to deal with the concrete guys. I got a nice little 13 by 40 or 12 by 40 side drive, so I can park my trailer, out of the grass, and then
nice.
On the concrete. Yeah.
So if you're looking at the shop on the right side, I assume.
On the left side.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice. Yeah. And you're adding the Chad apartment there too, right?
We had a hole on the Chad apartment.
I see how it is. How it is.
We've actually rearranged the boys' bedroom, and nice. That way, when we do have Chad or Duddy come over, they do have their own quarters.
Oh, very nice.
They have a party room. So.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
For now, the building's off the rocker. So they came back to me. We had a deal locked in. I went to go pay. We went to go pay them, and they're like, "You missed a few things on the estimate." And I'm like, "Oh, we're thinking $200, $300, $400 maybe." Yeah, $4,900 worth of stuff missed. I'm like, "I'm sorry. Where did the $5,000 come from?"
Yeah. So you're like,
yeah.
Awesome. We'll build it ourselves. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I'm having to pour the pad.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, my shop is dangerously close to having its own power. As soon as the power company connects to it, I have one string of wire to run left inside the building, and as soon as they attach the power to the outside, then we'll be powered up. I guess we don't want poof when it comes to electrical, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. Well, poof is okay. It's pop, 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 and then fire is what you do.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. That is true. Yeah, so we should be good. Today we were going over the plans for the inside of the bathroom. Speaking of which, if anybody that's watching, if you have like cool suggestions for wall coverings in the bathroom. Right now, the bathroom is all just OSB sheeting on the walls. I'm broke, like everybody. Just consider me broke, and we'll go with whatever is cheap. So we're debating whether we are going to do, whether we're just going to paint, whether we're going to put up something else on the walls. I just don't know yet. Metal siding is on the rest of the inside of the shop, so that works, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think of other alternatives. So if anybody has anything creative and good that they think would look cool, send it to me on Facebook. So that would be the easy way. Or email me, chad@bangshift.com. Either way. That'll be good. Barn is asking, is the barn apartment in the barndominium going good? We have not started the houses part. We just have started shop. So... but hey, dude, there will always be a place for you to stay. You come to town, I got you.
What up, Ray Ray?
Oh yeah, Ray in the house. Yep. Jeff Owen in the house. I like this. Jeff Owen says kills paint and then stickers. I like that. That's a doable deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's all kinds of ideas, but here's the crappy thing. Whatever you want that's cool, you can pretty well count on it not being made in Texas. And so it'll cost $11 jillion to get it here to Texas. So there's that. So I have 3 or 4 really cool things I would love to have. And the price of them is fine until you add shipping, and then it's like double or triple the cost. So, that's not good. So,
what about a graffiti party?
Dude.
Cam, huh?
Now, if I knew, I am putting word out here to everybody. If you know a graffiti artist who wouldn't cost an arm and a leg, I do have a couple of big walls that I would love to do, like some OG street lowrider, race car, cool, whatever graffiti art. So if anybody has somebody that's a suggestion, have them contact me. It would be awesome. Yeah, because like the wall between the workshop and the fab shop side, on the fab shop side, that wall is, well, there's a section that's 16 feet by 16 feet that would be epic with graffiti art on it. And there's still more like over the door and over the side too. So realistically, it's almost 35 feet by 16 feet tall. It would be epic to do something killer and graffiti on there. But I have some other places too that could. So yeah, so if you got any ideas, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a graffiti artist. I can paint parts with a rattle can, but I think doing anything other than writing my name in a giant smiley face is probably not going to happen on the wall. No. That looks good, you know?
Right.
There is a part of me that...
It's not good.
No, exactly. Yeah, there's part of me that thinks that... and this is going to sound funny, but you can get custom wallpaper made with whatever you want on it. Mm-hmm. And I thought that could be kind of cool, right? And you just wallpaper it on the wall.
Party.
Yeah, it'd be pretty neat.
That'd be kind of fun.
I think we could do it. I think it'd be great. So I don't know. We'll see. But anybody got suggestions, like I said, let me know. So like I said, I just got back from PRI on Sunday. Here's the entertaining part. So on the way to PRI, get on the airplane. I was on the flight that was like the racers flight from Dallas, right? So everybody that was anybody that was car related from Dallas was on this flight. And lots of big name guys, then me. And then some no-name people, but still tons of racers. I would say 70-ish% of the people on this plane were going to PRI.
Wow.
Unfortunately, after we sat there and were probably 10 minutes late, let's say, the pilot came on and he said, "Hey, dude, it turns out that the oxygen tank in the cockpit is low on oxygen. So that could be problematic should there be a, emergency situation." So they said, so we need to wait for maintenance to come in here and refill this thing or swap it out or whatever. We're like, okay, cool. He says, "I'm sorry, but hopefully this is quick." So 30, 40 minutes later, sorry, nobody can come over here and get on the plane and fix this. So we're going to get everybody off the plane.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got off the plane.
That's fun.
Oh, I know. And despite the fact that when we got off the plane, we're in one of those glass hallways leading to the jet bridge. Mm-hmm. And there was a door right in front of us because the plane we were going to was literally next door to us. It was the one right next to us. It was, 75 feet away. It's right there. But instead of us just going straight through that door, never having to see the ladies at the gate again. Mm-hmm. No, they made us walk all the way out.
Yeah.
And then hang out for like 45 minutes.
Sure.
To then reboard the airplane, In the meantime, they were unloading all the luggage off of our plane onto the other plane and the food and all the things, which led me to... wonder, could that possibly have been more efficient than getting some dude? We were on the plane talking about how, there's a lot of us that are used to pressurized cylinders worth of, with either oxygen or nitrous or, CO2 or acetylene or what have you in them. And with a crescent wrench, I think any one of us could have made that swap. Pretty easily. We volunteered. There were some people on the plane that said that, guys like Jim Oberhofer, who was on the plane, probably shouldn't be in charge of putting that on. After all, these top fuel guys are only used to making stuff run for like 3.5 seconds, sometimes only 3. right?
Yeah.
So let's stick with somebody that could keep things running a little longer than that.
Sure.
But other than that, I thought it was, pretty easy suggestion. One of us could have handled this. Apparently, American Airlines did not agree. Yeah. So I was late getting there. That was all well and good. Fast forward. Normally, I would be the guy that was on the return flight home at the crack of dawn. And I decided, you know what? Why do I need to get up at the crack of dawn? I'll fly, a later flight. So I was supposed to be on a flight at 10 o'clock in the morning. Or 11 o'clock in the morning. So that was all fine. And I, call for my Lyft, and he gets me to the airport all on time, and everything was good. And then they, delayed my flight. Said, okay, now your flight isn't 11 o'clock. It's now at 1:55. And I was like, oh, okay. So I see a pattern here, because this is going, I had a layover in Chicago, which is never good, because Chicago pretty much just sucks all the time. Yeah. And so, at least when you're talking about flying.
Right.
So then I thought, I'll call the American Airlines desk and, I'll just see. So I called. They're like, hey, Chad, how you doing? That's great. Said, hey, I'm looking at my app here and look at some other flights that are available. Could you help me maybe make a change? Any suggestions you got? Oh, yeah. Well, you could get on this flight that leaves like in 10 minutes. And I said, nope, that flight is booked full. I've already walked to that gate. It was right across from my gate. Well, it doesn't show it's booked full. I said, well, when I walked up to the gate agent, she told me everybody was on that plane and I couldn't get on it. So, gonna assume she knows.
Sure.
Okay. So the lady offers some other suggestions, none of which really are as good as what I see on the app. So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I appreciate your help. I'll handle it. So I proceed to handle it. And I get myself on a flight that leaving at 12:30, going to Austin, and then Austin to Dallas. So my dad's supposed to be picking me up at the airport. So I look at the layover time, and it's 3 hours in Austin. Okay? So I'm like, oh, well, it is what it is. Right. So then Dad goes, well, can't I just meet you down there in Austin and you just get off the plane and come out? And, if you got a carry-on, then we're good. I said, yeah, that's a pretty good point. So subsequently, we got home about the same time I would have had to take off from Austin. Dad just drove down, picked me up. We went that way. That way I could cancel my next flight, got some credit back, all those things. Despite the fact that I canceled all of the things and was on a different flight, unfortunately, American Airlines continued to send me the updates on the flight I was supposed to be on, right? Like, on the app, right?
Yeah.
So that was cute, because when I landed in Austin, it gave me another update, and it said, oh, the flight is delayed until 5 o'clock tonight. Okay. So I'm like, oh, well, good thing I didn't wait that one out. Yeah. And then by the time I was at home, it was 10 o'clock that night. By the next morning, the update was that the flight was leaving at 8:30 in the morning on Monday morning. By 8 a.m., it was now noon that it was going to leave. Ultimately, that flight left yesterday. I believe it was at 8:30 or so, 9 o'clock p.m. So I just think to myself, did anybody actually wait there and not reschedule their flight? I don't know. But I kind of want to know, because, that was more than 24 hours late on that flight. I'm not even sure why they wouldn't just go cancel it all together and be done. But yeah, so the flying adventures of Chad. I am normally like drama-free flying 99% of the time, and I fly a lot. So, stuff's going to happen every once in a while. But that one sort of took the cake right there.
So what you're saying is basically that it used to be that the weathermen was the only job you could get right 50% of the time. But you're saying apparently you can still make a lot of money in the airline business by being
Yes.
wrong or late constantly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I have often said that
Agree.
a weatherman and a pro baseball player, if you're right a third of the time, you're going to the Hall of Fame, right? Well, apparently airlines all in as well. So the Airline Hall of Fame. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, and as Dad says, Austin Airport sucks. So if you're watching and you're from Austin, and you were like lived there your whole life, I don't know why you'd still be there. If you moved there, you're an idiot. Because Austin sucks. Austin is the definition of, as they would say in Texas, all hat, no cattle. Or as they would say in California, all hat, no horse. Yeah, it is. You get off the plane, it's badass looking inside, like restaurants and bars, and it looks great. And the waiting areas for each gate are the size of my living room here. Outside, it's roughly a quarter the size it needs to be for everybody to actually leave the airport and go and come and all the things. It sucks like pretty much all of Austin. So yeah. Neil says if he's right 10% of the time with his wife, he is like winning. That's totally good. She says you're at like 8.5%, Neil. I mean, I'm just saying. But yes, so the airport there sucks. And that is what it is. So, but I got out of there and that was all that mattered. And then I fell asleep in the car and woke up like an hour and a half later and we were almost home. It was great.
Hey, it worked out nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. Neil says 8.5, 10. It's a rounding error. I love that. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. So anyway, other than flying adventures, dude. So PRI is, on the one hand, it's like close your eyes, open them while you're in the hall. It's the same every year because all the companies are in the same spots and, all those kinds of things a lot of times. But I will say, dude, there's so much fun stuff to see there.
Yeah, no,
it's awesome.
I know. I watched a lot of it on the internet.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of my favorites was this bad boy. I'm about to share. We're about to share some photos. By the way, if you want to see a lot of great photos from the show, all you have to do is go to bangshift.com and you can check out my photo galleries that I have posted up already, and I have a bunch more coming, so it's great. But look at this. Yes, it's Australian. It's little. If you can't tell, like, it's wee little bitty. But damn, is it badass. Like, this thing is, now without the hood on it, it's even sexier, in some ways, but when I was there in the evening, the hood was on. So, but dude, and it is right-hand drive, AKA wrong side drive. But dude, it's great.
Is that like what is that?
Doug DeLay says, Chad, next year, can I go under the Bang Shift banner? No, but you don't have to. So for those of you that are like questioning, so PRI is not like SEMA. You don't need anything to go to the PRI show except to pay to be a member and say I'm a racer, and then you get in. So we pay, everybody pays now at PRI. So it's $40, I think, for the year. And you have to have a valid membership at the time of the last day of the show. So buy your membership now, and you're good all year, and you'll be able to go to the show next year. So it's $40. Anybody can go. You can go under your own Big Worm Racing, and you're all set. So, but yeah, dude, so much cool stuff. I mean, so I grew up watching what I always was told were super modifieds. This is a super modified. This is not what I grew up watching. What I grew up watching were winged sprints out at San Jose Speedway. Obviously, this is a winged, super modified. If you can't tell, that's a big block Chevrolet in it.
Yep.
if you look closely, you'll see that that engine right there is tilted to the left. Because the right side valve cover, see, is basically flat on the top. The whole thing is tipped over to the left-hand side. The entire engine is outside of the body over there because these things hang a left with a wing on pavement, as evidenced by the awesome giant slicks on them. Dude, super modifieds are unreal awesome.
Yeah, they're cool.
Like,
they're cool.
And if you also look up here, you'll see that these air or hydraulic rams, okay, that are on this bad boy, they control the angle of this wing, and the driver controls that. So in the corner, they tip the wing way up like this, and then going down the straightaway, they dump the wing for less drag, and after it's hooked up and motor on through, and they throw it into the corner and then raise the wing up, and it's and like winged sprint cars do the same thing, but they do it with a lever that the driver just reaches up and pulls this lever like this. Super damn cool. So yeah, if you have not seen super modifieds, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't care who you are. That's badass.
I bet that is a G pulling machine.
Oh my God, yes. Can you even imagine? Like, dude.
Walking it is perfect.
Oh yeah. It was in the Sweet booth. And if you're not familiar with Sweet manufacturing, they make a lot of different things, but steering columns and steering racks and such are one of them. These guys are super badass. So yeah, I mean, just look at that thing. Oh God, it gives me lumber.
I could wreck that with the best of them.
I know. And look at all the tires, dude. There's so much goodness at PRI that isn't even cars. Like, I mean, I love it. I want to just click through some of these to show you guys what all, they got here. Every manufacturer you can imagine, and a bunch you've never heard of, okay, that are on site, selling everything from, in this case, steering wheels to tires and wheels and all kinds of performance parts. Of course, Sadev there with their sequential shifters and such. This is for a C5 or C6 Corvette right there. So that's a bitchin' setup. They got all kinds of goodness. Hot rods and parts and stuff. Oh my. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gear vendors. Hello. Yes. Corvette, please. Yes.
Want that. Yes.
I know. All of it. The Lamborghini. I don't even know. Like, I've never heard of Dodson Motorsports because #Lamborghini parts, but they're cool. Like, they're right here. I want them, so yep. Yeah. It's...
I like Lamborghini parts.
I know. Yeah, if I could afford a Lamborghini, it'd be great. Look at this. I mean, this thing also. Yeah. There is an exorbitant... No, not an exorbitant. There are a lot of sim racing outfits there, too. And companies that sell sim racing setups that are not sim racing companies, so to speak. But they're like controls and seat companies. So yeah, they sell all kinds of stuff. This thing was blowing up the internet all week long. This is an Escort, an RS Escort. It is, I would drive that thing every day. I have no idea what's under the hood because the hood was closed. Mm-hmm. But I have a feeling it's a later model double overhead cam Chingadera because see what it had to do to the hood to fit under there. I think that's what I'm going to have to do to the Chevette to fit my 2-liter in it, but that's okay. Although we have been talking about doing a dry sump on it and laying it over on its side a little bit.
Ooh.
I think that would be fun too. Make it into a leaning tower of power. It'd be great.
Ooh.
Next gen, one of my well, that's the head and neck restraint I have. And it's my go-to for a traditional head and neck. Otherwise, the hybrid from Simpson is pretty cool. Look at the fancy seats, dude. I mean, there are a lot more seat manufacturers than you know as well. Tons of cars, tons of cool stuff. This place, and weird displays. Like these guys, they just, like it's like quick change on quick change on quick change action, Yeah. As Adam Dory would say. And of course, BDS superchargers. Mm-hmm. Since Wyand closed down their supercharger world, BDS is not that they haven't been a go-to, but now they're really the go-to. Yeah. So if you need a blower drive service supercharger, then you're my friend. Because look at that. Wouldn't you love to have that just stacked up and
let go? I can't believe they closed it down, man.
I know, right?
But those are nice blowers there. Yeah, those are way more expensive than what I would have bought from Wayne back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Lots of cool stuff. Gearstar in the house with the new Reed Super 80, which is awesome. Recent announcements about Reed, changing hands as well. Look at these intake manifolds. Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. And that right there, that's sexy. I mean, so that is it looks more like an old sock motor, but it's a Coyote. Yeah, that makes me like them more.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Makes me want to build a Mustang.
I know.
God, I'm lacking in the seat game.
I know. Yeah, belts, harnesses, Corvettes, oh my, you name it, it's there. Jeez. I'm in love with this thing. That thing is just, oh God.
Is that Rankin's car?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing. The Comp Turbo guys, so this was a big deal new part from them. So look at this turbocharger. Okay. So this turbocharger has no oil supply to it. Okay. You grease it. Okay. And you grease it and you change the grease every so many runs. Or the oil every so many runs. But the big thing that you'll notice is that there's no shaft or nut in the center of this. This is a hubless turbo. So it rotates on the outside and has no center hub in the middle of it. The guys at Comp, stepping up with some cool new stuff.
Wow.
And they have a bunch of them, all different sizes. And they are, they're cool. Yeah, the hubless, oilless turbocharger. I approve. So if you're looking for something cool, there's the Dodson boys again. Okay, this thing. All right, so this is the axle housing in a chassis that was on display. So if you're looking at this thing, you'll notice that all of these braces are all carbon. Okay? All of this stuff is carbon.
That's
super sexy. God. This is the gang over at Hammer Concepts and Design. They are the ones that did Daddy Dave's Audi. They kind of know what they're doing. Plus, they have this killer welding table that I didn't even ask about because I don't want to know.
No,
I don't want to know.
Nice, no.
Yeah. Because I want one and I don't need one right now and I don't have any money for one. So there were only a couple of lift companies actually on site, which I found surprising because normally there's more of them. The guys from Big Stuff were there. I have a feeling by the end on Saturday, they wanted to blow this Godzilla engine up because it was sitting here on a test run simulation. So it wasn't running, but the injectors were all dry firing and the throttle body was opening and closing. So it just made noise all the time and none of them good. So I'm sure those guys wanted to kill themselves. So, yeah. But considering the big stuff has not had anything new in like 155 years, I thought that was pretty good.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Bill Steen in the house. Apex Turbo also there. And man, they have some nice looking stuff. I don't know them well, but they had some really nice looking stuff. You'll note that this turbo here is a little odd looking. This one also a hubless turbo with a totally different wheel inside. It was very strange. I did not get to ask anybody about it. I wanted to, but they were so busy, I did not get to ask somebody who would actually know. So the Shocker Hitch guys were in the house. Those dudes are cool. Always good to see them. I think I may need one of these for my my gooseneck trailer at some point. So yeah, so that's just a smattering of the things from the first day. I will tell you that one of the coolest vehicles, and then I'm going to stop talking about them to make you jealous, was this Ford truck. So this thing was in, I don't know, somebody Diesel's booth. And it's unbelievable how nice this truck is. I'll show you right now. So it had a Cummins in it. Super duper clean. This is it. It's a 6.7 Cummins. The classic Car Studio Speed Shop built it. Dude, I mean, look at that.
Man, good God almighty.
Right? I mean,
that's too nice for me.
Oh my God, yes. Wait till you see this. So obviously it's laid out on air. I saw them driving it out of the show, which was cool. But look at this interior. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
I mean, what do you do with that, though? Gosh.
I don't know, but they drove it. There were like 6 of them in it when they left the show.
I'd drive the snot out of it.
I would ruin it, but it would be awesome.
Yes.
I mean, look at that.
Dude.
You can haul a blanket in it.
I would put used tires and wheels like I have in the bed of my Dodge right now. Like
I would just set an engine in the middle of it. Like a big block with no engine stand. Just let it roll around in there.
A greasy one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, because if you can't dent those inner fenders, what inner fenders can you dent? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I have one discrepancy. I mean, come on, dude. No chrome tips. I mean, you're going to put them through there, no chrome tips? I know. So Michael O'Neill is asking any new ProCharger stuff. I may or may not have spent some time in the ProCharger booth fondling an F1X like mine. But yes, the ProCharger boys had a lot of stuff on display. And I can tell you that, yeah, I mean, they had a lot of stuff on display. Let me see. They perfect this stuff. You know what I mean? Like you ever think where's the end? Because I mean, they just keep coming up with just
I know
beautiful stuff.
I'll show you just 3 of the photos from ProCharger to show you guys some cool. So hello. I mean, because why wouldn't you? Yeah. So it was hilarious because I was standing there with Eric Radzins, who's my dude, and I love that guy. And if you know him, you know he's one of the geniuses at ProCharger. So Eric and I were laughing about this. So this is just a 6.6 crate motor, like from GM with, an intake and valve covers on it. Because it's just to show their kit. It isn't to show off an actual like race 6.6 liter. So there were some people who are like, that at 6.6 will never handle the horsepower. Thanks, prick. We know. We're trying to show the bracketry and all the stuff, you dumbass. Fucking people are so stupid. It defies description.
How you know that, bud?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, wrong picture. This one here, dude, is pretty badass. This is the Noonan small block Ford. And dude, like all the ability goodness is pretty impressive. But here's the thing that I don't think people realize about a ProCharger or about ProCharger. And this is just one example. This is the LS one, but ProCharger makes full accessory drives for small block, big block, LS, etc.
Really?
To run all of your accessories and your supercharger. Okay, so like I have, now this is a ribbed belt setup, a 10 rib, but the supercharger and the accessories run on a separate belt. Okay, they are not sharing a belt. I have this set up for my small block, but it is with a ribbed serpentine belt for all the accessories and a cogged belt for the F1X. Mm-hmm. So yes, because as Neil says, ribbed for her pleasure is exactly right. And it's badass. So ProCharger had good stuff. Lots of people had good stuff. I do have to give a shout out to my boys at Manton, actually. The guys at Manton Push Rods are great. I've known those guys for years. They are not the only people that make great push rods in the world, but they are one of them that make amazing push rods. They also make all kinds of other valve trainee goodness. And so, yeah, rocker arm stands, etc. They make lots of things. But the reason I'm giving them a shout out is because they recently had a guy do a post up. Sean Wilhoit in the house. What's up, baby? He probably runs Mantons in his car. So one of the things that I recently saw posted up was somebody who was talking about how they could not get the right preload on a set of hydraulic lifters because the push rods that they purchased from a company that rhymes with Texas and Speed sent them are not the length that it says on the push rod by about 20 thousandths. That's too much to be off if your job is making push rods. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. The Mantons, on the other hand, are accurate to within a thou. I think that's pretty good. So just saying.
All right.
Remember Chad's motto, shit is shit no matter where it comes from. So it doesn't matter what country it's made in. If it's shit, it's shit. So there you go. Lycan is asking what's the biggest ProCharger. No, an F3 is not the biggest ProCharger. Actually, I'm going to go and look up the ProCharger to make sure I'm not lying to you on what the biggest one is. But I believe it is the F4140. Yes, it is. It's the F-4X. So like I have an F-1X. So the F-4X 140 is an actual 140 millimeter impeller. So it's big enough for me to stick my head in there. So millimeters to inches, that's 5.5 inches across the impeller. Not the bell, but the actual impeller is 5.5 inches. That's awesome. Yeah. Will Hoyt says F4 144. There you go. Yes. They're awesome. Like, that's a big boy blower. Let me tell you.
I wonder what the price tag is on an F4.
$11,000.
$11 million.
So here's the funny thing. I'm standing there at this display they have, which look like giant ProCharger drives, with all these, ProChargers on top. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, and there's an F4 140, and then there's the F1 or F3, and there's an F2, and there's an F1X, and there's an D1SC all sitting there. Sean says 20 grand for or thereabouts for a F4. Where I'm sitting there looking at all of these blowers, and I'm laughing because when I say that I have an F1X for my small block streetcar, I'm always like, yeah, it's just a F1X, it's not a big blower.
Yeah.
But it's the smallest big blower, okay, from ProCharger. So it really is big, but I never think of it that way until I'm sitting there looking at it and a D1SC, and the D1SC is like 1200 horsepower, or a 1200 horsepower capable blower that you would put on a badass streetcar. And then there's an F1A94, which is the next level, which is badass. And then there's the F1X that ProCharger totally lies and says is, will support 1400 horsepower. But yeah, they lie, because it will support way more than that. It's pretty interesting. So if you want to see, actually here, I'll share this. If you want to see what you can do with a ProCharger, here you go. So, like an F1, so this is the F series, okay? So an F4, they have an F4X 145 now. So that thing they say is capable of 4,200 horsepower. It's totally like another 1,300 more than that, easy. So the F, and it has a 13.5 inch. I don't know if you guys can see this reading this, but I'll see if I can zoom in on this bad boy. Trying to move things around. So if you look at this 13.5 inch number over here, that's the volute, that's the outside of that bell, okay? That's the scoop on the front of it to suck all the air in. 13.5 inches, okay, across. The F1X is 10.5 inches. They say the F1X is worth 1,400 horsepower. It's really more like 17 probably.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, you only need, in my case, small block Chevrolet that makes 375 to 550 horsepower. So if you have an engine that's making 1,000 and you put on there, it's going to, be more than that. Is the point. So it's pretty impressive. All the things are on here, all the numbers you could ever want. You can go see them at ProCharger.com. So go over there. If you hit this little download PDF thing, it'll pull that up and you'll get to see it. But they're superchargers. The racing ones are not all crank driven, but most of the time an F series blower will be crank driven. If you can fit it in the application. So the F1X is the X275 legal ProCharger, and that's the one that I have. So yeah, it's big boy power. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it'd be cool as hell to have it crank driven and running off the front like this, but for a drag and drive car like I'm doing, that doesn't work, because I need to be able to, so that I am not putting 1,000,000 miles on the blower, I need to be able to pull the belt.
Yeah.
And I need accessories, and
Right.
You can run accessories off of that coupler. You can.
Yeah.
Like alternator, etc. But I'm gonna stick with the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of badass stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sean Wilhoit says that on his small tire car, he's got a 427 LSX with an F3 112 on it. It's because you're a badass, Will Hoyt. And yes, he's putting F1X on his 427 drag and drive car. So there you go. Will Hoyt knows the ProChargers. Oh. I love them. I have only one complaint about a ProCharger, and it just is what it is. They're loud, and I don't mean the actual blower. The blower does make noise. Don't get me wrong, but damn dude, ProCharge cars, the exhaust is ridiculously loud.
It's almost as bad, if not worse, than a damn screw-blown car.
God, yeah. I know, and it is just like, Yeah. So I am on my 56 Chevy. When I put it together with this, I am going to do everything I can to put full exhaust all the way out the back of the car with mufflers and everything, and then do a cutout arrangement that comes out somewhere not without the mufflers, I really don't want to do fender out the side of the fenders. I just don't like it. Aero wise, it's junk. So I'm going to try not to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, and like he says, Sean says the gear drive is noisy and deafeningly loud. Absolutely. It's crazy. Edward in the house. What is up, my friend? Yeah, so anyway, PRI was awesome. It was, as always, it was great to hang out with the gang. I want to thank the Canadians for letting me have a spot in the Airbnb. Dude, I got to, on Friday night, did a little hanging out with my boys. So that was good. You may recognize these weirdos. It was really good to see them. Like really, really good to see them. We had not all three been together since in the last year, so that was cool. Hanging out with Lyles and Biggin. So it was good. It was really good. If you do not know, Biggin is now one of the owners at Mooresville Dragway, which is super, super good. So the three of us, we took over the piano bar and, hung out with some really great people. Jimmy Dale in the house, a.k.a. Tommy Gunner. He was in the house as well. I was hanging out with him a little bit. There may be some shenanigans going on with me and Jimmy Dale, if you follow him on YouTube. Otherwise, Tommy Gunner, if you follow him in real life. Sort of like Cletus versus Garrett Mitchell. Right. Tommy was in the house. We had a really good time hanging out with him as well. A lot of great people. Want to thank Dina Parisi. I was hanging out with Dina as well. You may know her as the Spicy Meatball. She's working on getting back out there in 2024 in the Pro Mod with her husband Andrew tuning that thing. And we'll see. I am also hoping that we have Dina involved in some other stuff, some other live broadcast stuff, but that's probably the biggest thing. I have some new business ventures going on in 2024, you guys. Made some more headway on some event stuff actually this weekend or this last week that I haven't even got to talk to Ryan about yet. But also talk to a bunch of people that we are going to have on the show for next year. So I haven't even got to tell Ryan about any of this either, but trust me, guys, like he's going to be excited. You're going to be excited. Everybody's going to be excited. Have a bunch of cool kids that are going to be on the show for next year. So it should be fun. I'm also working on getting a full schedule set so that because I'm working on my race schedule right now as far as live streams and announcing and all those things. And so we're gonna work on that to try and really set a schedule for the show so it's not so willy-nilly. Also making some headway on apparel. And yes, Doug DeLay, you and the Worminator absolutely on the show next year. So it should be good. But speaking of events and things like that lovely square body behind you, so what's new there, Ryan? What are we doing? I may have put a teaser in the subject of this show, too, that I've been hired to race a real race car next year that has a tailgate on it. So tell the people what they've won, Brian.
Do you like trucks? I love trucks.
All right, so look, here's the deal, right? There's plenty of truck things that go on in the world, right? And what's better than a tailgate-only race, right? No cars. You got a sunroof and a trunk. Sorry, you're not allowed. You can't even come in the premises. You can drive it to the spectator side, but you will not enter the pit side. I don't care how cool it is. We're talking about the Tailgate Throwdown 2024. It's happening at Newport Dragway in Newport, Arkansas. And you're probably saying, why Newport, Arkansas? Well, it's simply because the venue is cheap and the place is super awesome. It's an old runway. We're going to have 4 classes because keep it simple, stupid. I don't like a bunch of crybaby racers who are going to wind their way into a class or wind their way out of a class. So it's very simple. We're going to have, let's see, it's going to be street full size, right? So,
oh wait, that's my bad.
There.
All right, so start again. You're gonna have 4 classes.
Hang on, my of course my internet wants to die. Here we go.
No, that was me because I was trying to load something I shouldn't have been. I mean, just too much things at one time.
It happens. It happens. So we're gonna have full size street. It's just tags inspection, glass, exhaust past the cab. NA, no power adder. And then we're going to have full-size stick shift. The only rule there has to be H-pattern clutch assisted. No sequential vertigate, Linko, none of that BS.
Right.
And then mini street, which is the same rules as full-size street. And then we're going to have an outlaw class. An outlaw is run what you brought. You want to show up with a Chevy Love with a screw-blown Hemi in it, and this other guy brings a full-size Chevy with a 434 and a 200 shot. Well, he's outgunned. It just is what it is. I don't want to hear the crying and the bitching and the whining. It's just we're there to have a good time and fill the track up with as many trucks as possible. And it's April 27th, Newport Dragway, Newport, Arkansas. Nut up. Get your trucks out. Go have a good time.
Now, so what am I driving? I'm in outlaw, clearly, right? I mean,
no, you're going to be at street. It's going to be street, and you'll be lucky if you make it there. You might have one brake not working. I'm just kidding. I'm going to make sure all the brakes work. But you're going to be piloting a 1984.
Remember the rule. You need 2 of the following 3. Mm-hmm. Steering, brakes, or a horn. That's all you need. You need 2 of 3. Doesn't matter.
Steering and the horn work. So, yeah, you're on your own.
Perfect.
84 GMC, short bed Chevy, 477 big block, pump gas. Come on and get you some. A turbo 350 that may or may not last. We don't really know yet. I might have
what class are we in again?
We're going to be in street, dude. Street.
Okay, so I can spray it then, right?
No, you can only spray it in outlaw, man. Sorry, but it's okay. I set up 3 grudge races, so.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So,
and by no, we can't spray it, you mean? No, we can't spray it.
Sorry, I'm having a stroke.
I am too. Dude, we're gonna get there. They're gonna tear the truck apart trying to look at for the bottle and all the things. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. What tear it apart? You won't find one.
You can put a surprising amount of nitrous in L4 tires. It's fine.
We don't need no nitrous. We're going. We're bringing all the muscle, dude. We're not bringing a Mopar. You know what I mean?
Big block.
Yes. Big block, baby. All them tarts.
I guarantee you that we will be doing 300-foot burnouts, kicking the door open and backing it up like a pro stocker. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll take 100%. Our time, too. Like those pro guys where you take like 30 minutes to back the car up.
But I'm going to do like a couple of dry hops. Yeah, I need you to like almost have me lined up. And then back it up again because it's all wrong.
Yeah, it's all wrong.
I want you to yell and scream. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Gotta have it. Yeah.
I'll probably hire 16 other people to be on the starting line with us.
Perfect.
We'll have a passenger side door man, and have somebody wiping the tires down. The whole 9.
Oh yeah. Well, the tire. I mean, that's too much work for two guys or for one guy. You got to have one on each tire.
Yeah. Well, we may only have an open diff for this race, so we may only need one guy. I don't know.
No. I have a welder. It'll be fine.
I actually have a spooled 12 bolt that needs to go in the truck. So,
then it'll be in there. We have till April, which means that approximately 48 hours before we have to leave, we'll start working on it, and it'll be fine.
Absolutely, Red Bull gives you wings.
I mean, we don't sleep anyway. It's all good.
Sleep's overrated, but yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited about it. It's the first event I've ever put on. It was purely by accident. I was taking a dump. I was talking to somebody else who has a truck that was taking a dump, and we're talking to another guy who was also taking a dump. It's like a 3-dump, showdown, and we were just talking smack about just going to meet up and racing 3 trucks, and then it just turned into, hey, let's invite other people. So I made a private group on Facebook, not understanding that you can't make it public after it's already private. So look for the Tailgate Throwdown if you want to go. Get a little square body Chevy on it with a little flyer. Hit the button and I'll let you in, and just read through the rules. The rules are plain and simple. We just went through them. There is a 4th rule that is unspoken, but it is in there. I went ahead and put it in there, and it's like, don't be a bitch, okay? Don't be crybaby, whiny bitch, because if you are, I'll kick your ass out. You'll kick rocks all the way back to where the hell you came from, and you won't come back. Period. Yes. In a discussion. I don't take that BS. We're here to have a good time, buddy.
Agreed.
So there is going to be a buy-in for the outlaw class. I kind of put it up to a vote. It's going to be $100 or $200, and I think the track's going to possibly toss some money back in on the deal.
Ooh, nice.
So
tell me about this 477 big block in my truck.
Built to the hilt, man. Is it? No, not really. Oh. It's a 100 over 454. It's got some decent pistons in it, some flat toppies.
And they're forged?
Yeah, ish.
Okay.
Ish,
or hyper eutectic or what?
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Man.
Okay. Well, it might matter.
Yeah. It's still crank. Nothing fancy.
It's
got a peanut board head, so it's got all the torque.
Oh, but there you go.
I do have a set of 904 closed chamber heads that if I can get them on there, then that'll make it a lot happier.
Perfect.
But I don't know if I'm going to go that route yet or not, because it's supposed to be my street truck. But
okay,
I'm not trying to get too nuts with it. But
I know. But I'm bringing a plate because then I'm going to do the buy-in and outlaw. We're going to run both.
Oh, you don't even have to bring a plate because I have Jimmy Dale nitrous kits in my shop, so one's going to be
perfect. Then we're going to have to do both. We're going to do it both ways. We're going to run it NA, and then we're going to run it on the sauce as well.
100%.
It'll be perfect.
I think we have already 6 or 7 confirmed 4-speed trucks coming to take on Chad behind me's old squeaky and his 339 nitrous.
Yeah. Because nothing says race truck like an SM465.
I'm telling you, buddy. Let me tell you. But I will say, hey, let me tell you, I don't know if you saw it or not, but he got the 305 stroker on the dyno this past weekend, and thoroughly impressed with what that thing put down.
So it's 331 cubic inches?
339.
Okay, and what horsepower did it make? Or are we allowed to talk about that yet?
Well, you can go check out the video of Square Body stuff at YouTube if you want to see.
Has he already posted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then tell us.
Dyno runs. 17.
Nice.
And it made, I think, 330 something to the ground and a little over 300 pounds.
On a chassis dyno.
On chassis dynos.
Okay.
Dyno.
Oh, so then that's with the stick. That's 400 horsepower ish. Yeah.
It's got a SM465, a 2-piece drive shaft, and a 14-bolt rear end. So that thing's got a lot of masses moving around. But he did that, and then he sprayed it with a 125, and it made 458 and 511. And it's got the capability to bump it up to 300. So he's playing out. Juicing her up here pretty soon. But I was really impressed, man. It's 9.5 to 1. The cam, and it's like a 517 lift, 236 duration on a. Yeah,
but remember how little the cubic inches are. So that's why that little cam is a big cam and a little motor like that.
He did some really cool tricks to it. He's got a really an extensive playlist of the stuff he did to that thing. He spent way too much time on it. He'll be the first to tell you. But he wanted to see what, spending a little extra time on the little things that people don't really think about does and how it can help. And man, I'm pretty impressed. And he did a little couple of street rips, and if he can get that 2-3 shift down, God, that's so hard to do in that transmission.
Yeah.
But if he can get it down, that thing ought to run pretty dang good. I'm excited about it. So,
is the racetrack we're running on 8th Mile or a quarter mile?
It is. It's 8th Mile. It's if you don't know about Newport Dragway, it's a closed down runway, or used to be, or it's part of an airport or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a closed down airport, but anyway, it's a runway. It's pretty cool. A lot of guys have been running there for a while. I've seen some pretty fast stuff go down out there. I think Jay's crew like to go there a lot.
Yeah, it's not far from Memphis.
The owner, Scott, he's awesome. He's a really good dude. So he's excited to have us, and it was kind of one of those deals that were on a whim. And when you pitch something to somebody that you don't even know, you've never been to his racetrack, and he's like, "Dude, this sounds like a great time." I'm like, "Sweet." So he locked the date down, and we're good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on the map, and hold on, I'll show people what it looks like. Let's see here. So it is, it's just outside of Memphis, not too far. And this is Newport Municipal Airport, where they have these 2 runways. But this clearly was a runway before, and so was this. And now instead, it is the drag strip.
Yep.
So there we go.
Pretty
Interesting.
Cool.
This is obviously under or during construction of, making it into a drag strip, but still pretty cool. So if you are trying to figure out, where this is, so there's Memphis. I'm going to say as the crow flies, it's probably 50 miles. It's probably a 75-mile drive or something from Memphis. But yeah, I approve.
Yeah.
I totally approve.
It's going to be a good time.
I'm
excited about it. And, we're already working on plans for next year. If enough people show up and they have a good enough time, and I'm trying to get some things together. I got some plans for some trophies for the classes, something that somebody can take home and put on the wall or put on the shelf. But if it goes down like I think it will go down, there's a great group of people that are already in there that seem like they're really pumped to be there. And if it takes off like I think it does, and I think next year we'll probably try to make it a 2-day deal.
Nice.
Maybe try to have a truck show and race.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I'm kind of talking to some other guys that are in the trucking world to see, what they think about it. And I think the venue's big enough to do it. But I'll talk to the track owner about that after we get done with this one. We'll see how it goes. And
and when we go there and can see the layout, we'll be able to, determine that. But having a truck show at the same time would be awesome.
Oh, dude, it'd be killer. Yeah, you make it a weekend or a 2-day event.
Yeah.
And then have drag racing on top of that. That'd be great. Yeah. Good time. And
how many trucks are you expecting at this point?
Well, I don't know. Like right now in the group, we've got 100, I think close to 100 people that are in there. And then we got some people that are outside the group that aren't on Facebook that said they're coming. So, it could be 50 trucks. It could be 150 trucks,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It's be one of those deals because it's not, it's not in my back door. It's not in my back porch here in Texas. So, everybody's going to have to drive. But the reason why we did that is because they were open and willing to let us come and try something there, and for minimal expense. And we're not looking to make anything off of it. We just want to go there and have a good time. That's really what it's about. So
right.
We'll see how it goes, and then of course, if we make it bigger and try to add more to the venue so it attracts different people, then obviously everything evolves. So that's the goal. But if they're willing to have us there and it's great and it fits, then we'll probably do it there again next year.
Nice.
Not like a little road trip, to go do some racing and some trucking, Yeah.
How long's the drive from here?
From my house, it's 6 hours, and 2 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay. So
it's not horrible.
7 or so hours from my house.
Yeah,
Ish.
probably.
7.5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're trailering the race truck there, right?
I was going to drive it at first, but I think we're going to trailer it just in case. Yeah. Yeah, just in case. But Saturday night, it depends on what time we get started. We haven't set a time yet. Track's pretty open. They've got no curfew. So he said if you want to start at 1, 5, whatever, 8 in the morning, whatever, we can do it. So we haven't set the time yet. We'll probably have that locked down sometime after Christmas.
And is it going to be a no time event, or is it going to be time, or what?
No, it's no time. Just win light. Probably do Pro Tree just to make it easy.
Yep.
And I believe it's going to be pour your own puddle because I think he sprays it there. I don't think he does anything crazy. So it'll be, kind of tricky if you got a faster vehicle. So be prepared for that. But I think we've got. I haven't done a count yet, but I think we've already got like 7 or 8 trucks that are interested in Outlaw. Maybe a couple more that they're kind of wanting to pay out, and I get that. But for a first event, trying to come up with a bunch of money is really not. That's not tough.
And the payout can be there if they just do a buy-in.
Yeah, so we offered up the buy-in, and we let them set that. And if people want a side bet. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do with money. If there's 10 guys and they want to each put $1,000 in, winner take all, we'll hold the money. Yeah, I mean, I'll hold the money. Winner gets it all. I mean, I don't care. Whatever they want to do. You know, I mean, that's I don't know, whining about a purse. That's in your hands, dude. It's the same as cash days. If it was a cash days event, dude, it's all in. It's based on the buy-in. So and I get it costs money to run trucks that are fast. I get that. Any kind of car, anything that's fast.
Yeah.
It costs money for the ones that aren't super fast. I get that. But at the same time, it's just one of those deals where I more or less wanted to see if we could word of mouth it and invite people and make it kind of an invitational deal because this is going to be kind of a one-off thing. I mean, there are other events out there, I'm sure. I don't know of them, but I guarantee you it won't be like this one.
Right. Yep.
So,
agreed. Hell yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. I guarantee it. So
absolutely. That'll
be good.
Next year, I'm going to PRI, though, damn it. I'm going to PRI.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's too good. There's a bunch of stuff we'll talk about next week. You and I, or later this week, but yeah, lots of cool stuff going on. Lots of great people doing all kinds of fun stuff besides us. But it was a good time at PRI for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 2024 is going to be good. It is the 12th. Let me look at the calendar because I don't know what. I need to look here and see what the date is when, or what days of the week are when. Oh, I hear big dogs.
There go my dogs. Kids are home from basketball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christmas, is 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah.
So then the day after Christmas. Let's do a show the day after Christmas, the 26th. Does that work?
Sounds good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do the Christmas cruise again Christmas night. So
I know. I was thinking about that. So that's a long way from home for you, but
it is.
But yeah, I'll be there to hang out for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get the truck ready. I'm working on
it.
The shop being done in the middle of it's kind of maybe put a damper on it. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Okay, cool. Well, so everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. We'll be live the day after Christmas. Hopefully we'll have car parts to talk about or something from Sandy class,
Yeah.
But everybody have a good holiday. If we don't see you or talk to you before then, thank you so much for joining us. And Ryan, as always, thanks for being on the show. I'm going to go post up content on the site for tomorrow. And like I said, if you have not already checked out any of our PRI galleries, the photo galleries from the PRI show are on bangshift.com. So go check them out. Neil, Barn, Doug, Lycan, Edward, all of you guys. Thank you so much for everything this year. We appreciate it. We'll see you one more time before New Year's. Hopefully by that Christmas show that we do the day after, hopefully Ryan and I will have some other news on some cool places that we're going right at the beginning of the year. So we'll keep you posted on that too. But yeah, big thanks to everybody. Again, Ryan, thanks, dude. Really appreciate you being on the show.
You bet, man. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Absolutely. All right, folks. We will see you next time right here on Triple B, baby.
Deuces.